Hope you are hope you are all doing well. I've got you looking toward Florida. Um, so Florida has a problem, and her name is Sarah Boone. There's also another person, another creature, Milton, is about to wreak havoc as well. But right now, we're just going to talk about Sarah Boone. Today was the opening. They were supposed to be having the first day of choosing her jury, and there was excitement today. But we said that there would be excitement because, well, it's Sarah, and people with personality disorders. Well, they struggle with finding stability. They seem to attract chaos, and it's already a chaotic mess. Um, so we knew something was bound to happen. So there was a few things that happened. First of all, apparently her attorney was furious with her about her blouse that she wore, that she chose the wrong blouse or something. And, I got to admit, it looks like prison issue. So I don't know why she argued to have new clothes because at least the top, I think she's wearing like lavender slacks, but her blouse does look like she got it from the jail. So anyway, he was mad about that. And then her shoes, the judge or the jail did not approve her shoes. They said that the soles were too thick and too hard, i.e., could be used as a weapon. And so she ended up having to wear her flip flops, her jail issued flip flops, which then caused a problem because then the jury pool could see her in prison or jail issued clothing. So they literally, I mean, you can't make this up, y'all. You can't make this up. This Sarah Boone it's crazy. They literally made them stand up and put their backs to the judge, all so that Sarah could hide her feet. Yes. So they were basically looking out toward the galley, right? So it's just craziness. Probably the craziest thing that I've heard of is the judge's children had COVID. And so they were homesick. And the judge just flat out said, I don't want to do this trial. And we are willing to give you a plea deal. Hell, you want to know something, people? This wasn't a plea deal. This was, well, what we in Louisiana say was a bird nest on the ground. They offered her a manslaughter, which I think that's what it would have been anyway. I think the case is a manslaughter or negligent homicide type of case. I think they overcharged it with the second degree murder. And of course, I'm not an attorney, so but I just thought that it always looked like negligent homicide or manslaughter. And they offered her a reduction in charge down to manslaughter. She would get 15 years, and she would get 4 years of time served, and she would only serve half of the 15. So essentially, she'd be out in 3 or 4 years. Unbelievable that she said no. Even more unbelievable that her damn attorney said no. It absolutely unbelievable. I'm telling you, that attorney should have quit and refused to represent her on the spot if she didn't take that plea deal. Most incredible, unbelievable thing I've ever seen. Well, at least since I started discussing true crime. But what I tell y'all, I told y'all she acts like a person with a personality disorder, narcissistic and histrionic, I think. I don't know her. I'm just going by what we've seen of her publicly. Um, I no, I think she wants to be famous more than she wants to be free. I think her narcissistic need, that supply that she's getting from her unquote fans, is very pleasing to her. She is enjoying the power. She literally asked the judge. Judge says, "Okay, is there anything else that we can do, that we need to attend to?" And she said, "Judge, if I could get some water just as soon as I could, I'd appreciate that." Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. This girl is going to be a trip. She is going to be a trip. You watch. So they got all that finished. She refused the bird nest on the ground. I still just, I'm shaking my head. She'd have been out in 3, 4 years. And I am blown the hell away. I cannot believe that they didn't take it. I just, it's crazy. You know what I feel like? I had the same exact level of incredulity on the day that they dropped the charges against Barry Ass Morphew. Barry, you're a killer, buddy. You know you are. Don't deny it. So, I just cannot believe. I can't. I'm blown away. Just, I, I had said if they gave her 20 years and let her serve 50% of the time and then plus time served, hell, she'd be out in 5 years. I'd have jumped at that. Jumped at. So who knows what she's thinking? She's just like my granny, my grandma used to say, she is crazy as a Betsy bug. That was my Mama Reba. Crazy as a Betsy bug. I don't know what a Betsy bug is, but apparently something pretty crazy. So that's pretty shocking. And then, of course, we're all watching with jaws hit on the ground. Hurricane Milton. They now believe that Hurricane Milton will be the most powerful Category 5 the Gulf of Mexico has ever seen, at least in recorded history. They do not anticipate at this point, but they didn't expect it to get this big either. So keep that in mind. They do not believe that it will be a 5 when it hits the coast of Florida. It will be likely a 4. It is to go in around Tampa, and that is incredibly unfortunate. Of all the places to make landfall, Tampa was the one place you didn't want it to happen. There's a couple reasons for that. One of the reasons is the bay. The bay there is a particularly, how do I want to say it? It's a particularly dangerous situation because the way that the water is pushed up into the bay, they'll get storm surges, maybe 20, 30 feet. If it hits just the right place, a little bit north, if the eye wall goes in a little bit north of Tampa, they're going to just push a wall of water into a small Tampa Bay, and there is nowhere for that water to go. The ground there is saturated from Hurricane Helene. There's nowhere for the water to go. It's just going to form a lake over on top of Tampa and inward toward Orlando. So also, it goes in just a bit north of Tampa. Then you got the problem that the dirty part of the storm will be going in right over on top of Tampa and then, toward Orlando. That is particularly problematic. That's actually one of the problems that happened here in Houston with the last hurricane that we went through a month or so ago, a couple of months ago, about 6 weeks ago, I think. While the hurricane ferocious had a bit of a storm surge with it, it spawned off so many intensive tornadoes that northeast quadrant just ripped to pieces houses and trees and highways. And I mean, the tornadoes were terrible. So if it goes in where they think it's going to go in, you're going to get a nightmare biblical storm level surge of water that if it comes in through Tampa Bay. And then that dirty part of the storm is going to go over one of the most populated strips across the body of Florida. So it's just a yucky, terrible, it's like Alexander, right? His horrible, no good, bad day. Florida is about to have another horrible, no good, very bad day. So it's pretty heartbreaking considering all that is happening in North Carolina, Tennessee, South Carolina, and what leave out Georgia, and a little bit of Alabama. I think I said Alabama. So it's pretty horrifying what's happening. I will say this Governor DeSantis is clearly far, far more capable of managing one of these storms in the aftermath compared to Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. They already have the Florida State National State Guard is already on the ground. They have some of the Florida National Guard on the ground. They're already bringing in just hundreds of dump trucks, bulldozers. They've got 18-wheelers stacked full of water, food supplies, medical supplies, all done on state money and private donations. Again, FEMA, nowhere to be found. And they're on TV crying that their workers are feeling sad. Okay, workers, then why don't you get on the back of a horse like those nurses did and ride up into the mountainside in North Carolina and try to find some people to save their lives, because there are 2,000 people that are missing, and that is a low estimate. So I'm pretty disheartened. They tell Americans you'll get $750 immediately to help with basic, living supplies, and then they're getting blanket denials. Same thing happened here in Houston. Many people applied for the $750 relief, and they all just got blanket denials. So they can talk a good game. I know that there were denials because they were in my own family. Our neighbors were denied, and we're sitting right on the water. I mean, we took the brunt of it. So they can say what they want to do, that whatever they want to say. They can try to spin the truth if they want to, but you just gotta look at what you see. You just got to see the reality. Joe Biden said that he worked out a deal to get Starlink receivers from Elon Musk. Elon Musk said that is a bullshit lie. In fact, they can't get them into North Carolina, but they've closed down the airspace. And FEMA says you're not allowed to go around a sign in the road if the road says that the road is closed. And yet we had about 7 or 8 nurses get on horses and supplies up into the mountain by horseback. So, all right. Let's see. There was something else I was going to talk about today. What? Another true crime. Unbelievable jaw-dropping moment. So Kobe Bryant, Vallow's son, that we all prayed for and felt so sad for, he has started a new podcast. It is called Scar Wars. And he did an interview with his mother from the jail in Arizona. So she is in Arizona. I think it came out, did it come out Saturday or Sunday? It came out just in the last day or two. The woman is not crazy. She's evil. She bald-faced lied to her son and blamed the death of JJ on Kylie. Incredible, absolutely incredible. So I hope that you will show your support to Colby Ryan. Go over to his channel, listen to this jaw-dropping interview. I'm not going to tell any more about what is revealed, but the reason I bring that up, her capacity to lie is unbelievable. She has absolutely, completely changed her statement. Completely changed her statement. So, yeah. So go on over there and give that a listen too. It's really good. I am going to be covering the Sarah Boone case. I'll be doing a nightly recap, and I've got a friend that will be joining me. However, today, after Sarah Boone, in a shocking twist, rejected the bird nest on the ground, they delayed the case for until next Monday, October 14th. And again, the judge's kids had COVID and they had the hurricane, so they just said we need a week, to see what's going to happen. So there we are. The sound of her voice, terrible, terrible, terrible. So next Monday, I probably will do a Sunday show for the Sarah Boone thing. And like I said, I have someone who will be doing the show with me, and it should be fun. All right. Check out Mark Dice. He has a video today showing Biden's PR person explaining how they were taking money from FEMA to give it to the immigrants in 2022. And then in 2024, she changed her story. I you know what? I can't even get mad about it. I've reached a point, if we don't know the truth now, we're too far gone in ideology. If you can't look at truth, what Maya Angelou, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Um, we've seen it now. We know what it is, and there's no explanation, no justification. It just simply is that for whatever reason, Kamala Harris and Biden, they are massively in love with the friends coming across the border and the people that needing humanitarian aid in Lebanon and the people needing bombs in Ukraine. Those are their chosen people. And if you are a United States citizen, you don't matter. And I don't know why that is. I would never try to guess why they feel that way. All I can do is just believe what my own eyes and ears are showing me. And for whatever reason, we, the American citizen, we no longer factor into American politics, apparently. They don't like us, they don't want us, and they're not going to help us. And that's that. You know what's going to happen when they start doing that $25,000 on buying a new house? You want to know what's going to happen? Inflation's going to go back up to 27%. All the policies, it's like they're intentionally trying to destroy the dollar. It's really strange. It's weird. Be the day where American citizens didn't matter in America. Now that is a military boat. And they have been making the rounds. He'll go all the way down to Kima and turn around and head back this way. They may be coming for me. You throwing shade on Kamala? Sorry, I had an itch on my arm. So that is, I keep telling you guys I'm going to get a tripod for out here on my patio. All right. So we got pink skies and blue waters. It's a very beautiful sunset. I think I covered all my points that I wanted to bring up. It's been a crazy day in the true crime community between the Lori Vallow interview, the rejection of a sweet plea deal. I'm aghast. I am aghast. It is. She could be out in 4 years easily. She's already served 4 years. She would be out in 4 years. And as it stands, they're totally going to find her guilty, and it is going to be a minimum sentence of 22 years, and she will be required to serve 85% of those 22 years. Why didn't she take the plea deal? Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That's all I can say. I think that is. The sky is really cute, really pretty. It's like cotton candy or tequila sunrise. Really pretty. I totally agree, Tiger Prayers. So much narcissism. So much narcissism. And I do think now that you said that, Tiger, um, I do think that it was at the heart of her rejecting that bird nest on the ground plea deal. She wants to be famous. That is her need for narcissistic supply. I really think that is, yeah, look at me, listen to me, me. And let's face it, she is a raging alcoholic. They said she was drunk in the morning by 9 a.m. She could very rarely would her custody time visiting with her son because she'd be drunk or she'd be hungover. And what else is she going to have if she gets out? There's no, old George is dead. He's gone. So who's going to take care of her? Her Brian, her ex-husband, he's already said he's done with her. He doesn't want anything to do with her. Her brother's a registered sex offender of the worst kind. She doesn't have anything. And so maybe that's what she's decided, that if she can go out in this world, at least people knowing her name, getting, a month of time in front of the cameras, maybe to her it's worth it. Maybe that feels like her life is significance. I don't know. She's enjoying the forced sobriety. Totally agree, hot. Just absolutely agree, Cinnamon. Prisoners offers and the structure that prison offers, and we know she loves to write her book. That will be 12,000. You think she's writing a book, but she can't benefit from that book, right? There's laws against that, so she can't, enrich herself with book sales. So maybe she and the attorney have worked out something, and the attorney will collect the money. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm telling y'all, it is going to be eye popping. Truly, 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 truly. So, and so please, I just can't stress this enough. Please go over to Colby Ryan, his new podcast, Scar Wars, the interview with his mother, Lori Vallow, the cold-hearted, callous, psychopathic murderer who killed both of her children 2 weeks apart. You've got to go and listen to the interview, and you need a box of tissues when you do. All right? Ghostwriting, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. She is so prolific. She is a prolific writer, isn't she? Yeah, the bay is beautiful. So pretty. The colors are just amazing. Really, really pretty. Did any of you watch the Perseids? The Sarah's reached the pinnacle of her career, her celebrity career, after she's found guilty and sentenced. She'll fade into history. I got to tell you this, and it doesn't make me happy to say this, but here's the deal. Sarah has woven a story that she has rid the world of a domestic abuser, a violent domestic abuser. She also has that histrionic personality, problem, or appears to. I don't know that she does, but she seems like she might. Think she's going to be the mob boss in the prison. I think she's going to be the leader. I think she's going to have her own little gang of like domestic violence avengers. And she'll be powerful in the prison. I've seen it 100 times. Just like people got really mad at me because I said Charlie Adelson is going to be at the top of the food chain at the prison when he finally settles in wherever his home ends up. He's going to be powerful in the prison, and there'll be a lot of reasons for that. Number one, he'll be powerful because he'll be able to write up legal documents for the prisoners. He'll be powerful because he has medical knowledge and he'll be able to help people in the prison. He'll be powerful because he's semi-famous. He'll be powerful because he's got a lot of money. He's not going to be the bottom of the rung. Again, another story of, the dude was hurting my sister and I love my mommy, and that's kind of guy I am, and everybody's going to go, yeah, this is a good dude, man. The system railroaded him, and he'll be fine. As compared to these people like Lori Vallow that, hurt children, and they're not. So Sarah is scary good. She's something. She is really, and she's not dumb. She's ignorant. She doesn't have a lot of education, but I think had she gone to school, gotten education, she could have been an attorney if she had wanted to be. She's an alcoholic, so. Shawshank Redemption. Exactly, Nancy. Exactly. Sarah thought that he was cheating on her. Sarah had a lot of problems of persecution. The innocent prisoner exchanged his skills to get along in prison. That's right. Yep. Oh, it's just incredible. She did not take the plea deal. It's incredible that the attorney did not shut everything down and say, Judge, I need to talk to my client, drag her in the back room by her ear and say, you're a fool if you don't take this deal. You are an all-out nut if you don't take this deal, and I'm not going to represent you if you deny the deal. I'm telling you, I can't believe that he didn't just demand that she take it. So, crazy times at Ridgemont High. All right. Oh, I think that was Fast Times at Ridgemont High, but you get the point. So Sarah Boone is delayed until October 14th, next Monday. We will be doing a nightly recap, and we'll have a guest to discuss it. All right. All right, people. So go and watch Scar Wars with Colby Ryan, And when I come back tomorrow, we'll talk more about Lori Vallow and her newest spider web of lies that she has now woven to further torment her sweet son. It's she's a horrible person, that's all I gotta say. All right, everybody, y'all are awesome. I hope you have a wonderful evening. It's Randy's Life, RANDI''S. It's Randy's Life. She did a show today. She was in the courtroom. That's how I found out about the shoes and all that. So you might want to go over and listen to her live that she did a little while ago. She's actually in Orlando now, in a hotel, trying to decide if she's going to stay and just tough it out through Milton, or if she's just going to call it quits and go on home. So we'll wait and see what what she ends up doing. But she was there for today. She had plans to stay through the whole trial. And unfortunately, I think she's very disappointed. I'm disappointed. I had plans to watch her, coverage, and so that was a big disappointment. But maybe the hurricane will, go down to a week 3, and then she'll be fine if she sticks it out and be there for next Monday. That might work out just fine. So anyway, you can go over to her channel too and watch her live from today. And Scar Wars, Colby Ryan, you got to go watch the interview. It's really something. All right. I hope you guys sleep well, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.